Hey y'all, today we're making a no-bake candy. I love no-bake candies. I had these pretzels left over from Christmas. I was fixing to put them in the freezer, and I thought, you know, you ought to whip up some of that pretzel candy that you make with peanut butter. This is so good. I've tried to measure everything out. Right now we're going to measure out 2 cups of pretzels. That can be the sticks, they can be the rod, the little twirly things, however you want it. But it says to measure the pretzels before you crush them. You can also crush these by hand. Get a Ziploc bag and just roll them with a rolling pin, and they'll be just great. So I'm just going to leave these in here. Crushed them about like that. I wonder if I need to crush them a little bit more. I think if you did them with a rolling pin, I think this is the way I've done it before. I think if you do it with a rolling pin, it will do just like this. I had to measure everything out. It says to get a 9 by 13 pan and line it with foil. I imagine that you can use parchment paper if you want. It's just holding it, but I know some people don't like aluminum foil. So I've got it lined just like that. It says to spray the pan. I guess that means spray the aluminum foil. Now we're going to melt our butter, and I'll just do this in the microwave. It's unsalted butter too. If it says it, I do unsalted. If it don't, I do salted. Just did it in the microwave. And we are gonna add 1 1/4 cups of creamy peanut butter. But we're only using the 1 cup, so you always divide it separately. So you wanna leave that 4th cup for a little bit later. And we're gonna put this in with the melted butter. I like to go ahead and just stir this peanut butter around while the butter's warm before I add all the other stuff that I'm fixing to add, just because it makes it creamier and easier to mix. So just mix it up by hand. And then we're going to add our 1 1/2 cups of powdered sugar. Mix this all up. And then we're going to add our chopped pretzels. And it says to add 2 cups. And just stir this together. It smells good. So now what we're doing after you mix this really, really good, we're going to put this in the pan and we're going to press it down. You can use a measuring spoon if you want to, the back side of it. I just put a glove on where I can just press it with my hand. And it is a little bit warm because of the butter. If you want a thicker peanut butter bar, you can use a 9 by 9 pan. Now I just spread this out with my hand. Looks good so far. So next what we're doing is taking our 1/4 cup, let me put that glove down, 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and we're gonna put it in a bowl. And we're gonna add 1 1/2 cups of chocolate chips. I'm using semi-sweet, but you can use milk chocolate, whatever you'd like. So this is going into the microwave, the chocolate chips and the peanut butter. And we're gonna do it in 30-second increments, stirring in between. So I set it for 30 seconds. I'm going to place this aside, or I'll be tempted to use that peanut butter spatula. Let's see. might get that a little whisk. That might work just fine. So you can see it's not melted yet. See, we're gonna stir it as if it was. And then we're gonna put this back in the microwave. I don't think this whisk is gonna work. It gets too clogged up. I love peanut butter and chocolate. So good. So the second 30 seconds, and it's starting to melt. I like to use these kind of spoons because you can just leave them in the microwave. 30 more seconds. Should be really beginning to melt now, and you can see it is. It's really beginning to melt, and I believe that's going to do it. So that was 1.5 minutes. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to pour this on top of this mixture that we've already got down. And then we're just going to spread it around. So that's all you do. You put it in the refrigerator and let it chill for at least an hour. That's all there is to it. And when the hour's up, or 1.5 hours, I'll come back and show you exactly what they look like. Then you'll cut them into bars, and you can store them room temperature on your countertop if you like. Well, that foil sure did make it easy. So it's been about maybe 1.5 hours, and I just flipped it right out and flipped it right over and cut it up into bars. Now, I'm going to keep mine in the refrigerator, but the recipe does say that you can keep it on the countertop and eat it. These pretzels and the chocolate and the peanut butter make it taste almost just like a Reese's candy bar. Quick little tip, you can freeze these too. So if you're like me and have pretzels left over from the holidays, I was just going to freeze my pretzels, and I still will, the ones I didn't use. You ought to try this candy. It's so good. It's easy. It's quick. No bacon involved. Quick little snack. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all go cook something.